Tonight, two Orlando police officers who were nearly killed in the line of duty are determined to make it back out on patrol. For the first time, we're hearing just how seriously they were injured when they were shot several times during a traffic stop in the middle of downtown Orlando last August. Channel 9's Darlene Jones learned why their return to patrol is still on hold.
We have been working to share their story now for about a year, and the officers are still not quite ready to talk, but the police chief agreed to sit down with us to share just how horrific that night was and more about their injuries that has them in now an ongoing mental and physical recovery.
Oh, Jesus. We're gonna just stay right here. Yeah. I mean, I heard the gunshots.
Our camera was still recording in the moments after two Orlando police officers were shot in downtown Orlando last year.
We're transporting ourselves.
We were headed out on patrol with the police chief and officers with the downtown TAC unit. The officers are still going through extensive physical and mental recovery 13 months later.
I know it may be tough, but describe to me what you saw when you saw your officers for the first time.
So walking into the ER, see all the hecticness going on, I could see the officer behind them, cutting off his clothes, hooking up to all sorts of tubes and all that kind of stuff. It looked, and a lot of blood. It was just almost horrifying, and then, moving a little bit away from that, and the doctor telling me, like, both officers are in very grave, condition. They may not make it that night, and that just cut through me like a knife.
Their injuries, how serious were they? What are we talking about?
Multiple impacts of a round above the vest line at the neckline. For one of the officers, you're talking about massive injuries to the arms of the other officers, the shoulders, and hitting some of the arteries that go up through your shoulder on the outside of the vest line. The vest does a lot, but there are areas that of course are vest and it doesn't cover.
The officers have 18 months to return to patrol. If they decide against it, they can retire, earning just 80% of their salaries. And both only have a few years on the job.
A lot of it's up to those officers, but a lot of it's up to the doctors and the rehabilitation crew and all those kind of things they're going through. I think both of them want to come back, but I'm hoping that they both can.
And that is the hope. One of the officers is back on light duty only, but again, not on patrol. They have already shown so much resilience because these officers who the doctors thought wouldn't make it at all are still here with us. Greg, Martha.
Darlene, thank you. Investigators say Dalton Veal shot those two officers after they stopped him to question him about the car he was driving. They say it was connected to a homicide in Miami. He later died at a hotel near I Drive after a standoff.